Both teams emerging from the Ford Field tunnels. And, of course, the loudest cheers were reserved for the hometown Lions. They're set to go as they will match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And, Charles, we look at this Lions team entering play, and they've lost 3 straight here, and it goes without saying, I guess, they could certainly use a win.
And how do they get a win? Because they've lost 3 straight, I think it's paramount that they get a fast, clean start to this game.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs, it's late in the year. We all know it. We've seen the calendar for these guys. Their bodies could probably use a break, but they have to push on.
And they're really not as worried about that as maybe we think. They know they've got the entire offseason to rest. All they care about is the game in front of them and finishing strong.
So here are the Lions now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their 32-year-old quarterback from the University of Georgia, the 12-year vet Matthew Stafford.
And what I loved about meeting with him before the game was talking to a guy who takes ownership of his performance. 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions last week, but all he focused on was the loss, okay? And he did say, if I change my stats a little bit, not necessarily for me to look better, but that'll help my team.
They'll only get a couple up to about the 30.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he goes out right around the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now we're going to get a timeout. Here's we've got an injured Buccaneer. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
Throwing on 3rd down, Stafford. And it is incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Here come the Buccaneers, led by their new quarterback for 2020. Of course, you know the story by now. His 21st season, first in Tampa. It's Tom Brady.
Okay, I thought there was something to build on in last week's game by his played fairly well overall. The numbers won't knock your socks off. 2 touchdown passes and an interception. The bottom line, though, they lost.
Yeah.
How does he eliminate that 1 interception, continue to take care of the ball, and maybe increase the number of times he puts the ball in the end zone with a receiver?
On the ground, this is Leonard Fournette. He's got a 1st down and more past the 30. And finally brought down right at the midfield stripe. 34 yards there and a 1st down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside. Not in this case.
It's caught by Mike Evans. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40.
A gain of 11.
The numbers for Evans a week ago. 4 catches, 80 yards.
Look, I know everybody wants to be number 1 in everything they do, but he's number 2 in the league in receiving yards. That's a strong number, a strong year, and they want that to continue.
Brady now on 1st down. Throw left side complete. It's McCoy. And they will only muster a yard here to the 38. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's second down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam coming out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles where he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain. Defensively here, you're facing a top-5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high power, you got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives yourself you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
He needed 3. He got 2. Now that'll set up an interesting situation here on 4th and a yard.
So many things go into making a good play on defense. In this situation, just not being blown out of the way was a big start, and then a nice tackle to finish things off.
It's a 47-yard field goal try from here, but instead they're going to opt to go for it on 4th down. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Justin Coleman. The 30, 20, and he will bring it. Return for the Lions, touchdown. A rare pick six. Thrown only 14 regular season pick sixes in his career coming into this season. A couple others in the playoffs, the one to Robert Alford in Super Bowl 51. And you might remember the Titans' Logan Ryan doing it late in the wild card round loss a season ago. Now Matt Prater for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25.
Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. And following the pick six, and they have decent field position in throwing that pick six. We'll see how they attack this drive.
And I think all you say to your guy is, listen, let's just take care of the football a little bit better. Make some better decisions on this drive, and they'll probably help him a little bit with maybe some really high percentage throws early to let him get settled back in.
They told us they've got confidence. That's not a problem.
Yeah, not a problem at all. They just want to make sure they get things settled down a little bit for their offense and give their defense a little bit of a chance to rest.
Brings up second.
Good throw there to start this second possession. Maybe help erase the memory of the interception he threw first possession.
Yeah, I think a lot of the time now there's a communication between the head coach, offensive coordinator, quarterback's coach. All right, we got to get him settled. It's not easy after throwing a pick.
Under the Lions pressure, he's brought down. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
So Brady and the Bucs need to work a little magic. 3rd and long after that last sack. Working from the gun, it's Brady. And pressure gets to him again. Romeo Okwara in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year.
Well, that's the second time they've gotten to Brady, and you've got to do it a variety of ways. You want your regular pressure. Sometimes you have to bring extra. But in this case, they got to him, and that just doesn't happen very often.
It's a rarity. He's just such a veteran. His pocket presence so good. But, hey, tip of the cap to the D. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Back deep, Taylor Gabriel. Yeah, last week in the loss, 5 punts as he gets this one away. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Lions 7, Buccaneers nothing.
first down carry here for Johnson. And he's got this down to the 35. Now I think we're going to get a timeout here. Yes, a timeout here as it looks like we've got a Lion that's shaken up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Here's Johnson. And a short gain down to about the 33.
Johnson, the ball carrier.
Early down stuff to put this offense in a precarious position. We know that securing the point of attack, especially against the big-bodied guys in the middle of this D, has got to be priority one.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Throwing is Stafford. Screen play, Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
From the red zone now, Stafford. Open man, Taylor Gabriel. And the Lions are going to have a 1st and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. A 14-yard pickup. That's 14 yards on 2 straight plays.
First down. 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he takes this one in for the Lions. Touchdown. Kerryon Johnson. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions add on to their lead. He had the option to hand that football off. I think it's safe to say that he made the right decision. That was a heck of a run.
It certainly was. And when you mentioned the option, most people think the quarterback's not going to keep the ball. You know, in the NFL, that's usually not the recipe for being around too long. So when you do keep it, it often surprises the heck out of a defense.
And he puts it through. 5 plays there on that drive. And the touchdown run came from Kerryon Johnson to cap things off.
To kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick. Takes this about 5 yards deep. And no effort to bring this one out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
And Tampa Bay trots out there now. The partner just looking at some of the struggles they've had this season. The playoffs are not in their future. As they start to peer toward the offseason, what moves might they make?
I think the running back position, and I know we talk all the time about the NFL being a passing league, but the teams that run the ball effectively, they're the ones that go deep into the playoffs and go to the Super Bowl. They have to upgrade here. And you and I both know in recent years in the draft, people have shied away from taking a runner early. But there's that special one there. I say they go get him.
And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
To Mike Evans.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
First carry now for the backup, LaShawn McCoy. And some room to work. LaShawn McCoy off to the races. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. LaShawn McCoy, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bucs have made this a 1-score game. They were already down 2 scores early. They needed something to try to stem that tide, and that certainly qualifies. A big play to get them in the end zone.
It qualifies indeed because, let's face it, they don't get something done on this drive, turn it back over. This game could be 88 and out the gate early.
What? 88 and out the gate?
Yeah.
What's that?
Well, listen, I used to hear my old man talk about it. Usually meant that thing's done.
It's a touchdown. It's not 88 and out the gate. We still got a good game going ahead of us.
At their own 29-yard line.
Back onto the field comes the offense. Let's take a closer look at Kerryon Johnson. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the second quarter. They'll be tackled shy of the 35. Shifty footwork gets him a little extra on the play. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
It's a gain of 5.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
First and 10.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
That's another Detroit Lions first down. First and 10 at the 29-yard line.
They'll run on first down. It's Johnson. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler a season ago, in on the stop.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
They'll drop this down to Johnson underneath. Give him 8 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 1.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 3rd and
out of the gun, Stafford. And he'll find Galladay, that's complete. And he takes it down to the 13 and picks up the first.
That's a
call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
First and 10.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And that was a quick little complete.
He'll be hit and taken down at the 21. Devin White in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. If you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
His throw caught at about the 5. Will use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. From the gun, here's Stafford. Bucs defense stiffens and pushes this to 4th down.
They really had a good drive going there, but a nice recovery by the defense these past few downs, able to knock that one away on 3rd down and bring up what I think for the offense, an unexpected 4th down here.
So on 4th down, the Lions turn it over to Matt Prater for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And the 13-year man puts it through, and they will move up by 10 now, 17-7.
Buccaneers 7.
Still a little bit of time left here in the second quarter, but they do get 3 before the half and expand that lead.
And they have to be happy about that. And we haven't met a team yet that doesn't put an emphasis on trying to get points on the board in the last 2 minutes of a half. They'll be real excited to have those up on the board.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Leonard Fournette making his way back out there. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game, because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. The weather might be cold, but the playoff races are heating up here on this final Sunday before Christmas. So let's get to it. We'll start up at TIAA Stadium in Jacksonville. And that one just before halftime with the Jaguars out on top. Gardner Minshew, 2 touchdown passes thus far. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they've got the lead in that ball game over the visiting 49ers. Kenyon Drake, 2 touchdown runs on the afternoon. Finally, let's get down to the Bayou. Check on the Saints at home at the Mercedes-Benz Superdome. And they were losers in that one to the visiting Minnesota Vikings. 24-21, the final score. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together in the second half? For the answer, we turn it back over to our broadcast team of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
A 10-point game, 17-7 the score as we get back to it on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no fireworks to start the half. This will be a touchback. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start the third quarter. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive 1st and 10. Shotgun now for Brady. Open man, Gronkowski complete. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
Now the question is, can this offense step up and make that play, because that's been an issue for them in this game. From the 39-yard line, here comes 2nd down at 6. Fournette on the toss to the right. He'll be taken down well behind the line, and I think he might have just given those 4 yards right back. He lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
It'll be a 39-yard punt, give them a good 10 yards on the return, and the Lions will take over. So we get a look at the Lions offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis.
We know play callers can be very creative in this game today, but sometimes when they've got receivers with speed like this, they don't need to design incredibly complex calls. Sometimes it's just get the ball in his hands and let him do his thing. In a sense, less can become more, and it was right there.
So now then, the big play has them all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. Here's Stafford. That's complete right side to Gabriel. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. They'll run it with Johnson. And a nice run. They're going to take this close to the 1st down marker at the Bucs' 15-yard line.
Well, there's zero doubt that the Detroit Lions like Kerryon Johnson's ability, but he's been dinged up a little bit in his first 2 years in the NFL, so they went out and used a day 2 pick this past year on DeAndre Swift, the rookie runner out of Georgia, hoping, I think, to pair them together and maybe send a message. But I think if Kerryon Johnson can stay on the field, he could be an awfully productive back in the NFL.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. Levante David in on the tackle.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
On 3rd down, Stafford. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. Kenny Golladay with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Lions are always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group just behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And the lead will grow by 1 more. There took 6 plays, and it's capped off by a touchdown for the Lions.
To kick off for Detroit.
After the touchdown, out is Prater to kick.
Taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
25-yard.
Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field.
And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
A nice-looking play to start the drive down the middle and complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35.
A gain of 12.
Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Out of the shotgun, it's McCoy. And he stopped immediately there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you.
and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
No gain that time, and it leaves him with 3rd and 11 coming up.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
3rd down now, and those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Brady to throw for it on 4th down. And this is caught. It's pulled in by Gronkowski. And they're well past midfield, just a yard or 2 shy of the 40. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th.
The Brady-Gronk connection, certainly something to watch here with the Bucs in 2020. Of Tom Brady's 541 touchdown passes coming into 2020, Gronk's 78 were the most of any receiver.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. They shakes him off. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Jamie Collins just creating a disaster there for the offense as that one goes 16 yards in the wrong direction. Defensively, you said coming in earlier in the broadcast, the magic number was 20 points for you. That's what you thought they would have to hold this offense to, or less than that. And, wow, they've done that in a big way, haven't they?
Not only have they done it, they put themselves in a great position to win this one because holding them down was paramount. If they could get it done. Well, guess what? We see the end result. Right now, they have their eye on victory.
And leading here in the 4th. After the sack, oh, they're staring at a challenge basically from the other side of town. It's 2nd and a country mile. Brady's throw there complete. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets them up for 3rd down. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
On 3rd and long, it's Brady. And that will be incomplete.
Brady's pass intended for Leonard Fournette. Incomplete. Desmond Trufant on the coverage.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. They'll go for it. It's Brady. Looking for Gronkowski, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 49. And he'll take it across midfield. This spot in the fourth quarter with that deficit had to throw the football. Unfortunately, there's the risk of big turnover.
And you know you're going to be throwing against nickel, dime, all sorts of exotic defenses, but you have to do it anyway. Ordinarily, you might want to run the football a little bit, try and get them out of it. But as you noted, this time of the game, this point on the clock, had to throw it.
After the interception, here's Stafford. Open man is got it there, complete. And he'll go down the middle before getting this inside the 30. A good pickup there, 21 yards. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers. On first down, Stafford here. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
Looking to throw again on second down. Stafford, and they got it inside the 10 at the 8. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. They'll try and run for it on first and goal. And the Lions are going to have a first and goal. It's some good running there. Gets him down to about the 2-yard line. Knock it on the door. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be second and goal coming up.
Brings up second and goal.
From the 2 now, second and goal. They'll run it with Johnson, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson with his second touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Lions are able to grow their lead. Trying to bust out of that losing funk, and these fans have to like this. Saying, all right, fellas, this is more like it.
And I know that if this holds up after the game, they're going to give the fans a lot of credit being at home, getting the support. But you and I both know it goes deeper than that. They had to get it together in their own facility, look each other in the eye and say, okay, what's it going to take to break this losing streak? And they really came together with a good week of practice.
And it's no good. Well, misses the extra point, and our score stays right where it is.
Matt Prater to kick off for Detroit.
Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they unfortunately are staring at a mini losing streak developing, trailing here in the fourth quarter. This would be their 3rd straight defeat. Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. He'll throw from the gun. That's complete to his receiver, Gallup. And he'll be brought down. Oh, that's a face mask. Certainly looked like it. Indeed, here come the flags. So they'll take the yardage and tack on 15 more for the face mask.
Talk about a play that absolutely costs you in the end. Just trying to do your job, right? Trying to get him on the ground. Next thing you know, they'll march off another 15 against your squad.
So a big penalty there on the face mask leads to 1st and 10. from the gun. It's Brady.
That's complete to his running back, Evans.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30.
It's a gain of 16, first down Tampa Bay.
He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration, the body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Now they face a third down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. Again, they'll throw with Brady. Got his man complete over the middle. It's McCoy.
And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
14 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. Offense for them has been and Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Deron Harmon. And a short return will be stopped inside the 10 at the 8-yard line. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept a pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you. Well, that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week, he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but, boy, he's playing really well.
Stafford going to throw it. Complete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's second down.
Not only did he have a chance to scan the field there, it felt like he had a chance to scan it twice. The protection was that good. Unfortunately for him, the coverage downfield, equally good.
And he'll take this one up to about the 13. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
And there's a run to be happy with. Good, solid yardage. He'll take that anytime you hand the ball to a back.
Again, it's Johnson.
And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down.
Just a 1-yard pickup there, and it'll be 4th down.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this third down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Here's Jordan Berry now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the second quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the second half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So for the Lions, the wins have been hard to come by, but they get one here to move to 4-11 on the year. And they'll get to stay home again next week as the Minnesota Vikings come to town. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, it's another loss as they now fall to 4.